Hello, second grade friends, and welcome to Number Corner. For Number Corner today, we will be collecting our last few groups of 5 minutes a day for our calendar collector for October. So let's have a look at our clocks and see how they have changed. Last time we looked at our clock, our time read 1:40. What do you notice about our clocks now? You may have noticed that the minute hand on our minute clock has moved from the 8 to the 11. You may also have noticed that the hand on our hour clock, it's really close to the number 2 now. What time does our clock read? Let's have a look at our Big Judy clock to see what time our clock reads. Now I'm going to wind our minute hand all the way back to the 12. Remember, we started at 1 o'clock. Now if we were going to count our minutes all the way around the clock by ones, I think that might take us a long time. We've been practicing something over the last few days. We've been practicing our counting by fives. Now I think we could count by fives all the way up to our 11. I think that would be a little bit faster than counting by ones. So let's count by fives to see what time our clock now reads. Remember, when we're looking at the 12, we've counted 0 minutes. We're always at 0 minutes. So the time reads 1 o'clock. Let's count how many minutes we've traveled to the 11. Count by fives with me, starting at 0. 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. What time does our clock now read? Our clock reads 1:55, or 5 minutes to 2. Now let's have a look at how I've collected these groups of 5. Let's look at our collection. Now I've gone and filled in our whole group clock to fill in every other group of 5 minutes. What do you notice about our clock? You may have noticed that there's only one piece of our clock that isn't filled in yet. You may also have noticed that my pattern of orange, blue goes all the way around the clock until our empty spot. Now let's have a look at our minutes and times recording strip. We've counted all of our groups of 5. We left off here at 1:40 last time, but remember I updated for us for 1:45, 1:50, and for today 1:55. Now we're going to go back to our Judy clock. We're going to collect our last group of 5 minutes, and then we'll fill in this last part of our collection. So let's look back at our clock, and we're going to count our last group of 5. So we're at 55 minutes. Count with me by ones to count all the way back to the 12. Starting at 55, count by ones with me. 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. That was our last group of 5 minutes. What time does our clock now read? Let's travel all the way back to 1 o'clock when our minute hands pointed at the 12. Count with me by fives to count all of our minutes and see what time our clock now reads. This time, let's start by saying 1 o'clock instead of saying 0. Each time we add 5 minutes, we'll be saying the time. Say the time with me. 1 o'clock, 1:05, 1:10, 1:15, 1:20, 1:25, 1:30, 1:35, 1:40, 1:45, 1:50, 1:55, 2 o'clock. It's now 2 o'clock. How many groups of 5 did we collect all together? If you said 12 groups of 5 minutes, you're correct. How many minutes is in 12 groups of 5? Let's think back to the time it just was. It was just 1:55. And then we added 5 more minutes. Now, if we counted by 5s from 55, we would count 55, 60 minutes. But we wouldn't say that the time is 1:60. We'd say the time is 2 o'clock because our hours go up to 59 minutes and then they start over again. Now let's fill in our calendar collectors on our recording sheets in our student books. So now it's your turn to finish up our calendar collector record sheet with me. So grab your student book, blue on the top, white on the bottom. Grab your pencil, and you'll need your same dark color crayon and your same light color crayon we've been using. Open up to page 16, our 5 minutes a day record sheet. Not page 17, we're still just on 1 clock. And let's fill in our last few parts of our collection. Here we go. Your sheet should look like this. Now we'll need to fill in the rest of our clock. And you'll need to make sure that you fill in all of your groups of 5 and your digital clocks. I'm going to fill those in for us. You can pause the video and fill in on your own, and then we'll continue and answer this last question. So let's fill everything in. Now that we have our record sheet all filled in, our whole clock is covered in colors, a light color and a dark color all the way around, and our minutes and times strip is filled out all the way up to 2 o'clock with 1 group of 5 minutes. Now let's look at our last question. How much time have we collected in the first 12 days in class this month? Let's count just one more time by counting our groups of 5 minutes. Start on the 12 with me in our first orange group. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. We have collected 60 minutes. 60 minutes is also called 1 hour. Once you're finished with this whole sheet, take a picture, post it in Seesaw to show your teacher, and I'll see you next time for Number Corner.